It started with a call, a single phone ringing in the middle of the night in an abandoned house on the outskirts of the sleepy town of Millhaven. No one had lived there for years, yet the phone rang as if it had belonged to someone very much alive. Jacob, a local journalist, had been drawn to the story by whispers of the town's strange disappearance decades ago. They said Millhaven had vanished overnight, leaving no trace, no warning, only echoes of laughter in the wind. Curiosity gnawed at him as he picked up the receiver, the line crackling with static that formed a voice. "Soft but urgent, don't answer," it said. But it was too late. The voice continued with chilling clarity. "They're coming for the town tonight." The lights flickered around him as if the house itself feared the words being spoken. Jacob tried to hang up, but the phone clung to him, vibrating with unnatural force. A map appeared in his mind, showing the streets, the schools, the park, every corner of Millhaven. And then a date appeared in red. Today's date. Today's night. Fear and fascination collided as he realized. The town was still there, somewhere, and he could see its end approaching. Jacob drove through the foggy roads leading to Millhaven. The GPS flickered. Unable to locate the town, as if the world itself was erasing it, he passed familiar landmarks: the old gas station, the crumbling library, but the streets were empty, silent and distorted. Every house he looked into was shrouded in shadows, curtains moving as though someone or something was watching. He remembered the warning, the trembling voice on the phone, but curiosity propelled him forward. As he reached the town square, the air grew unnaturally cold, the silence broken. By whispers, he heard footsteps that didn't belong to him. Echoes of lives long gone. A swing creaked in the deserted playground, moving back and forth as if pushed by invisible hands. Jacob called out, "Is anyone here?" But only the wind answered, carrying the faintest scent of smoke and decay. Suddenly, the town clock struck midnight. Though no one had wound it in decades, with the chime came a ripple through reality. Buildings wavering, streets bending. He realized Millhaven was not just abandoned, was fading, dissolving into thin air. Jacob ran, but the streets seemed to stretch endlessly. Every turn led him back to the square, to the clock that now towered above him like a menacing eye. Figures emerged from the fog, translucent, their faces twisted in fear and anger. They were the townspeople, frozen in the moment before they vanished. Trapped between worlds, Jacob's phone rang again, vibrating violently in his pocket. The voice now screamed, "You shouldn't be here, you're next." He looked around as buildings started to crumble silently, their walls dissolving into mist. Shops, homes, even the church faded into nothingness, leaving only shadows and the scent of ash. The townspeople's wails joined the wind, a chorus of loss and warning. Jacob stumbled, reaching for something real, but the ground beneath him gave way. He felt the town pulling him in, the call binding him to the fate of Millhaven. And then, just as suddenly, the phone went silent. Morning came, but Millhaven was gone. No town, no square, no road, just a blank stretch of land where life once existed. Jacob's car sat alone on the empty field, doors locked, engine running, as if untouched by time. He searched frantically, calling the names of the vanished townspeople, but the only response was the whisper of wind. The phone lay in his lap. Screen black, no missed calls, no messages, As if it had never existed, he returned to the nearest city, trying to tell anyone about what happened. But maps had no trace, historians had no record, and no one remembered Millhaven. Sometimes, at night, the phone rings again in his dreams, a soft, haunting voice whispering. They answered. Now the town answers with them. Jacob never returns to the field, but he knows the truth. The town will always be waiting, and one call is all it takes to bring it back.